going on, everybody? This is your boy Gotti on the Gotti's World Podcast, Season 3. And this brother here, I'm going to tell you a little backstory real quick. When I met him, we was at Illinois Media School. We was in class. And when he came in, all I just saw was a big-ass, tall figure.
Man bun.
Come with a man bun to come right next to me. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? But when he started talking, man, he said he's definitely intellectual. He got a lot to say. Brought him on because he got his business, the family business, and I'm very interested in it, and I want y'all to be interested in it as well. I got my boy, Christian Mullis.
Yes, sir. Gotti. What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm changing my life right now.
Uh-oh.
You see me in a transition.
No more man bun.
No more man. Well, I donated that, rather.
Whoa.
I do that every single year now.
We got to talk about that.
So my aunt, she had cancer. You know, I've always been giving, and I always wanted to grow my hair out. And so when I growing it out, I was like, I want to do something with this. Somebody said donate it. I was like, all right, fine. Did it last year, 15 inches. This year, it was a little smaller, 8 inches. But I'm gonna do it every single year because I like that process of growing my hair out. You see it as small.
So you giving early, huh?
As much as I can.
I like that. I
As
like
much
that
as I
in you,
can,
bro.
man.
But look, check this out, man. We gonna get into you. We gonna get into your life. We gonna go from the past to present,
Sure.
and then the futures. You know, everything that you got going on.
Yep.
And we gonna cover everything because I want to really get to know you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know you,
Yeah.
but I don't know you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's a difference.
All right. So bet. So how we start this off, man? I want to know exactly where you from.
So I'm from Maywood. You know, I'm probably the only white kid that probably lives in Maywood.
Maywood.
Yeah. I grew up in there.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's why.
What you doing out there?
Hey, ask my parents. You know, they found some a beautiful house. You know, because that used to be a really nice area a long time ago.
Right.
People got scared, and then it tanked for
Okay.
a long time. I mean, you got River Forest right next to it with $500,000 houses.
Right.
And Maywood is looked at how Maywood is looked at.
Indeed.
You know, so we grew up in that area. I went to, you know, private schools and stuff, so I went out. But you know, it really taught me a lot to see what's around me. You know, it's not just a bunch of white people around me. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Even just my schools and stuff. Obviously, I play ball, and so I was.
You better play ball.
You know
Shit,
what I mean?
if you ain't play ball, it was gonna be an issue.
You know what I mean?
I'm like you. That's a waste of height.
It really wasn't, but it really was at the same time because I never wanted to play. That was It's tough. It's tough. God gave me the gift, but He didn't give me the gift to want to actually do it. Mind you, I went to college for it, so I used it.
So you used all this shit. You used your height. You used,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You played ball.
Right.
You got the hands.
Yeah.
You got big ass hands and all that other
Yeah,
stuff like that.
For sure.
And you didn't go further with it?
Because you figure out yourself. Because there's not,
Okay.
you don't just go into the world and just like, okay, it's either you play basketball or you just don't do anything else. There's everything else in the world, you know, that you can figure out what you want to do in life. It's obvious you're tall, go play ball, right?
Yes.
But when it's coming from my point of view, I played ball and I realized that's not for me. You know, it is what it is. I saw people, you know why? I saw people or seen people that loved it. And I was like, I want to be successful in myself. That's not me.
Okay. So you realized early.
You know?
Well, that's just me being envious because
Yeah, I get
I'm
it.
short. You
And
know
the
what I
thing-
mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna make
I
you
want
feel,
the height.
I'm gonna make you feel good. I can't dunk.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
If you ain't dunking, we ain't talking.
Yeah, that's
then.
what I'm saying. We're fine, but I got that.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna hold you to it. We still got the court. We got the little court right over
There's a
here,
little mini
so we
one.
can see
There
what's
you go.
happening.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Beautiful.
okay, so tell me, childhood,
Right.
growing up in your household, man. Like, what did that visual look like growing up?
Best time of my life, for
Okay.
real. I mean,
Okay.
one of the, obviously, I haven't seen what my top of my life, but one of the, you know, carefree, you know, just be with friends, don't really understand the world type. Because once you understand the world, that's when you start stressing out. You're like, oh my God, I have so much.
As you get older, you
Right.
Yeah.
And so when I was just playing, we were outside. We also had our technology at the same time. So we got tired playing basketball. Then we went inside play PlayStation. So it was like a perfect transition from not having no video games to having like one of the best things possible. And then obviously you see where, you know, PlayStation 5 is now. So just making up things, going outside and just really having fun, getting hurt and stuff. And that's what the kids miss out today a little bit because all they have is
Tell me
inside.
about that shit. What about family though? Far as like family oriented, how's your
solid.
You siblings?
You know, my mom, she's out of nine kids, 9 brothers and sisters.
Sheesh.
You know, so that branched out real beautiful to like, you know, 70, 80 people, and we always had family parties and stuff. The only thing is once everybody grew up, they got responsibilities and stuff, and everything kind of changed.
Had to move around.
And it's that's one of the toughest truths that I don't like about life, is that, you know, even though some time of your life was real solid, doesn't mean it's ever gonna happen again like that, or even in the same way. It could happen with some other people, you know what I mean? But that point in time happened and then gone. The only thing you can really do is just appreciate it.
What about but you and your family, like how did?
Oh yeah, inner family for sure. But it's more like friends and stuff that's what I was talking about. Like
okay,
like childhood friends and stuff. You know, when you were super close because you lived together, and then you grew up, and then things kind of changed and stuff. But childhood, man, such a good time.
Your siblings? Got any siblings?
Yeah, I got two sisters, one brother.
Okay.
2 of them had different dads,
right.
but we were 8 years old, so everything was different. But it's so funny. I'm big. I'm the tallest dude out of all of them.
But your sister tall. One of your sisters tall.
Right, she's tall too. She got the same dad as I do. So.
And she ball.
Right, she balls too.
Okay, so she took on that J.
Right, she went with it too. She might actually take it. No, she actually won't take it farther. But but since they didn't have the different dad, my brother peaked out at that 5'8". I hit about 6 feet at what, 8th grade or so, and he was just looking at me like, "What's up, little bro?" Like just looking at me like I was like, I didn't understand. I was like, "You're just my big bro, and I'm actually still afraid of you." But now it's always different. I realize what height I got now and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, take it easy, little man.
Oh, you feeling yourself just a little. You feeling yourself. He gonna get you at the knees. Don't worry about that.
Maybe.
Okay, so basically, what we here for is the business.
Oh yeah.
Cause I have a lot of questions about your business, man. Bunyon Firewood. Yeah. Tell me about this. Tell me about this firewood business. Man. Go ahead.
I would have never thought, like, if you would have asked me last year, are you getting into the firewood business? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What is even the firewood business in the first place? But pandemic hit. I was in school, and then they sent me home. You know, the school that we were at, it's best to get down and dirty, you know, in the situation. You got to learn about, you know, like cameras and stuff. You can't do that from a Zoom class. And so that didn't work out for me. So my dad has a trees business, Paul Bunyon and Sons Trees business. You can look it up. He goes around, cuts trees for people that either fall on houses, say there's a big branch, it looks like it's going to fall off. I mean, if that tree, I can really see a tree, and if it's dead or not, you want that thing gone. Because the next storm or something, your car, your kid, your dog, gonzo, right?
To the eye, though, to the regular eye, to the regular person.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't worried about no trees, bro. Motherfuckers just like, okay, it's just sitting in front of my house.
Yep.
This shit been here for years. Yep. I mean, if you want to get it out your way, then that's when we started calling people to come, you know, chop it down. But what is what was the vision of taking down trees? What was that?
I mean, it's always been a need for people. I mean, if you will see any highway or any house or any business, there was a tree right there, right in front of it. This was all flat land here, filled with trees, and it was all cut down. So that business kind of branched out, went more towards forestry, and then people needed it. You know, every single storm, my dad is doing the rain dance because he's about to make $20,000 because, you know, insurance pays up right away. If I gotta call Gotti, I don't care what's going on. You could be doing well this year. 20 grand is a conversation that you and, you know, your spouse that gotta happen. But if you call the insurance company, here's the check. That's your job. We have insurance for situations like this, right? And he loves it because, you know, they're just gonna pay up super quick. So every single storm, you know, he's waiting for that call to come in because it's gonna come in. If you look outside right now, I guarantee you will see more than 100 trees. That's a situation to be a part of.
So that means it must be a lot of. It's very lucrative at the time when storms and shit hit. So when, you know, trees falling on people's cars, branches is bringing down the electrical, everything, wires and everything. That's when they call you and it's on.
Right. It's a straw that broke the camel's back. It just needs a little bit of push, and that wind just does it real sweet. So going back, so that's his business. right?
Right.
And so he has a side business of firewood.
Which is the firewood.
Right, firewood,
okay.
and that's how we get there. Now, mind you, if you goes to a house that's $2,500, that's $3,500 tree that he's got to cut down, my job, $160 to go there to deliver. Which one are you worried about a little bit more? I think the $3,500 tree.
No doubt.
Right.
No
So
doubt.
he'll dabble over here. We have restaurants, we have people that get big, cords and stuff. And so we'll take care of them. So he wasn't really messing with it. So I said, Pops, why don't I come in, take over this side, pay you what you need, what you were probably making anyways, and I'll take the rest and I'll take over the business. Being his son, he didn't really care in the first place. Okay. Sure.
So he just passed it on down. You took it over, and
no problems, no nothing. I start off with my own money. There was a truck just kind of sitting there, bad engine and all. Replaced the engine, right? Got that all sweetened out. Got new chainsaws and all. Just got myself all freshened up with like gloves and all that. And now we're to the point where we're making $200 to $300 a day.
wow.
From not having a business in January.
A firewood?
I can't even.
It's so far left though. You know what I'm saying?
It's
this
weird.
shit is so far left, and that's
It's
why
weird.
I said it's so interesting to
weird.
hear shit like this, because when you look at trees, when you think that, it's like, all right, you hear the regular shit. Yeah, they cut too many trees. You know what I'm saying,
right.
for paper and shit like that. But
You
we
know,
don't think, okay, this firewood here, it ain't nothing but money.
Yeah.
And a lot of people need it.
Yeah.
But I want to say, all right, this is how I'm going to take it. Fuck it. This is Gotti Bro. This is how we're going to do it. My people, don't really need firewood.
No, you
bro.
don't.
For what? We use the electrical. We get the little shit that look good in our apartments
Yeah.
and our houses.
Yeah.
We get the electric shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The look of the little fireplace.
Yeah.
So who is your targeted audience though?
So I mean, mind you, this is a commodity. Like you said, you get your heat from the house, and that's the best way you should probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's easiest way. You pay them, they do all the hard work, you just get the heat. The people that we sell to are like people that just buy, jewelry just to buy jewelry. It's a commodity. It's literally just that fireplace that he has over there.
Right.
He's got a fireplace, but it's just to say I have it. There's a lot of outdoorsy people. Like even myself, I would buy a cord just to burn it inside. There's a smell to it. There's a heat to it. There's a situational environment to it that always happens every single time that people enjoy that. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing until I was sitting in front of a fire and I was like, oh, I sell this, and this is what they do with it. This is a beautiful thing in its own way.
Light bulb went out.
Well, I mean, I was already doing it and I was doing well, but I didn't realize why that kept calling back. Like you said, I was like, it was just firewood.
Right.
It's just firewood, but it's not just firewood. I mean, mind you, what they're paying for is the process to get to firewood.
Mm-hmm.
Take a log right there. Go ahead, try burning that thing. I'll see you later. No. I gotta saw it. I have to cut it. I have to stack it. I have to wait till it dries. And then I have to get it to you to stack it again. That is what you're paying for. My back hurts, okay? Okay? And there's a reason why I'm getting paid for it.
I heard that. So how lucrative is this?
Right now, crazy.
If you could break down some of your price ranges, because we know why.
Right.
We know why you're getting paid what you're getting paid, but
It's cold.
if somebody were to want to come, if a young man or a young woman wants to come work for you, how would you break it down to this to explain them you're gonna make some money out of it?
Well, let's just say
sometime I pocket watch.
I mean, it's if they wanted to do it themselves, it's not actually that hard.
Right.
You just need a splitter and then get other companies to drop off wood for you. Because the main problem is, okay, you got that tree. What do you do with it now if you don't sell the firewood?
Right.
You have to get rid of it.
Exactly.
You can't just store it there.
You can't. Where the hell do you store a tree?
Right. So you have to take it to a place, and you have to, and they have to grind it down. So you have to pay them per load, and that takes a trip, and you have to pay them. Or you can say, hey, bring it to me for free, and I'll let you dump off, and then that's how you sell. But if you're working with me, like this new guy that I just hired, he probably makes top dollar at this point, you know, because we're just starting off. I did all the work by myself, and now he's finally being in the position that I was just before. I'm starting to sell now. I could split firewood all day, so he makes about 15 an hour, right? He could really, but this is, you know, you're really moving logs and stuff, and just, you know, you're chainsawing and stuff. You could really get hurt and stuff. This isn't a joke. You know, you're going to places. You know, you got a huge responsibility. You know, if somebody wanted a franchise, you could really make some solid money with me. You know, take the name and I'll help you out with it. You know, I'll give you machines, the whole situation. That's actually a business that I always wanted to get into. But let's talk about the pricing of the wood. You know, why the heck do I get paid that much in the first place? You know, it is in the beginning, and I am doing most of my work. And if you do any of that, you're gonna get paid a ton, because why? I'm not paying that extra guy to do it. So right now it's pretty lucrative. So once I finally get to that spot, it's gonna be the same thing but in a bigger situation. So if you call me up and you said I wanted to burn some wood, right? Sure, I want to burn some wood, and mind you, my demographic, like you said, is not in that direction. I got one black dude, and that's it, and it's all white people.
I bet you it is.
And it's all white people in the suburbs.
I bet
Crazy.
you it is.
And it's just, and so when they call me up, they say, oh yeah, I just want to burn some wood. You get 240 pieces. These, you know, 240 pieces of firewood, sizable stack. That's $160 for just the mix. This is just mix means just like random pieces of wood, pine and this and that. Then you start to get like to the really expensive woods. Now, I didn't even know there was more expensive.
Yes, break this down.
Right? I was
How
like,
many different types of woods is it?
Right. I mean, in the mix, there's about 3 or 4 pieces of wood, but that they don't really matter. They all burn the same. You know, sometimes they have a little bit of smell. Nothing matters. Then they go to 2 other ones. One is oak and one is cherry. And there's also a maple in that, but this is the ones that I do have now. Oak, restaurants take. They make, you know, they cook. You know what I'm saying? It burns a little bit longer. It's thicker and stuff.
Okay.
Now, you know, that sells for $180, extra $20. But the most expensive stuff that I love selling, it's hard for us to get to, cherry. Cherry wood, it smells exactly like cherry, and that sells for $200 a cord. And this stuff is just, you know, I mean, it's a commodity. It's hard to find. And then when you burn it, the whole room smells like a cherry. Like a cherry bomb went off, you know? It's like one of those things. And the thing is, my dad never hit that. He said, oh yeah, I'll throw a few pieces of cherry, blah, blah, blah. You can try to throw it in. No.
That's how your dad talk, though.
You know what I mean? No, because he's just whatever. He's just like, you know, come on. Because it's that side business was whatever.
Right.
But his main business, he was selling because, you know, he knew his stuff. But this side, I know my stuff now. So he was selling $150 cords of that cherry. And I was like, no. I'm tired of that. We're starting to peak up over that $200 a cord now from that $150. From me just working hard, giving them extra stuff, you know, on time and stuff. You know, I may charge them extra for a speedy delivery. There's so many things that I'm learning about business. Yes. Just being inside business, having that responsibility.
Same here. I'm starting to learn a lot about just this media business, period. Yeah. And majority of it is like a lot of networking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So basically, even with you on your networking side, like, how do you go into these companies and say, "Hey, look, this is what I'm doing. Okay. This is what." How do you go to these people and say, "I got what you need here"?
Now, fortunately, I had.
Or they reach out.
Well, there's so many different ways. I mean, to first start off, the only reason why I have so many customers in the first place is because my dad already had a situation going on, a small situation. Trust me, that little seed is now this huge tree, or not a huge tree, but it's definitely a sizable tree now. And he respects that. He knows that because I pay him what he needs to on his end, and I make eggs, dude. Whatever I make on my side, a beautiful amount. What the hell was I talking about?
I'm just saying, like, far as with the networking. How did it come to you?
Oh, okay. So, he gives me most of my work, but the one thing that I'm focusing on right now, but just because I'm not at that point with the business, I'm just trying to do a good job.
Okay.
Anybody that calls me in, I just do as best as possible that I can, so that first of all, they're gonna call me back. They have no other reason. I showed up on time. I said, "What's up?" We had a quick laugh. It's all good. Why would they call anybody else?
Gotcha.
Why? And if anything, when somebody else needs some, Why would they send them anywhere else?
They're gonna refer, no doubt.
Right. So I've been and so that cycle has been hitting real smooth now. You know, because I really took care of it, and I'm still taking care of it. Now with networking, I would just walk straight into the business. Whatever. Hey, you say no to me? Cool. I just move on, go to find another spot. If it just doesn't work out, give me a call, right? Because that's the problem. They already got somebody. They wouldn't be doing business if they, if they couldn't. They're waiting for like the perfect firewood guy to walk in. No. They're solid. They're solid, right? And so you either gotta find a good price for yourself. I'm not trying to kill myself either. If the guy charges $300 and that's the lowest I can go, give me a call if it doesn't work out. That's all I can really tell you. You know what I mean? It's the hustle.
It's the hustle. I like that. Yeah. I like that. So, another question, just personally for me. For me. You said something about, as far as with school, and that's something that I went on to do, and I've been focused on my shit. So why choose the media route? Why did you go that route? You were just trying to find yourself at one point in time until you got to here, or what?
It was like I could do broadcasting, I could do radio. I mean, we could do this all day if we really wanted to, and that's what the real skill is, and then having the love for it continues going. Exactly. But I wanted to know how to edit. That's it. Like
camera. I mean, video.
Oh,
okay.
Obviously, I could just go on YouTube and try to figure that, and I did that. But I obviously wanted to know all the things around it at the same time. I'm not I know everything about this one thing. I just know enough about something.
Yeah.
And then I'll move on because it has something to do with what I need.
With what you want. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. I understand that.
Because somebody else is going to love that job, and they're going to do such a better job for it. Trust me, my job is to be up front. You know what I mean? I'm there to take all the shots and stuff. While somebody else can't, I will. You know what I'm saying? I can get through those situations. If you can't be the boss, I mean, I don't think of it as the boss. I just think of it as the problem solver for the company.
Okay. I got that. So are you doing anything with video? Is there any other talents that you have with video on that side other than your business?
Well, so I did I had I still have a gaming channel for Modern Warfare and all that, and I had that for a little bit, and
this was what I was trying to roll into.
Right. That was actually went pretty solid for a while. Got like 160 subscribers, just working, and then this business kind of hit. I took it seriously. I don't really necessarily care for it like that. Because it's funny, because the more I try in the future, the better I get at something, because I'm super focused into it. Because I'm trying so many things, and they kind of go as they go, which I'm totally fine with, because I'm having fun with my life. People forget about this. The point with life is to do things, to go out there and try new things. And so when I'm going through it, I don't mind it. But when I get to a subject, I roll super hard into it, and I can get a lot of information about it. And that's why I got super good at like editing and all that, and the video and stuff, and I just kept learning. So I'm just gonna space it out to my business that much easier.
Exactly. As you should.
Absolutely.
As you should. So another personal thing that I did see. Your relationship, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Sure is.
I see it, and we it's no issue.
It's whatever, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
But you have an interracial relationship.
Absolutely.
So you love the sisters.
Absolutely. And the sisters love you.
And the sisters love you. Yes, sir. Tell me how that came about. I'm not you loving black women, but how your relationship came about.
Well, I'm not
gonna
give
her a shout out. Give her a shout out. Give lady a shout out.
Hey, baby.
Hey, boo. Hey, I give mine too. Hey, wife. I love you, boo. Hey.
I know you smiling right now. That's beautiful. I'll see you later. We don't gotta get this on. We don't gotta talk about.
Go ahead.
Anyway, but we met online, right? Which I never would have thought I would meet anybody online seriously.
Dope.
we didn't really have that serious. We had an honest relationship in the sense of what we both wanted and stuff. We didn't think it was whatever. And then it was just one of those things where we woke up and it was like a year and a half later and we're like, we're still doing this? And then when we asked why, it's such an obvious. We laugh together, you know, we have good times together. We grow together real solid. Everything, I mean, even though, you know, she's in a different stage than I was, I see the stage that she's going through and I help her through it. You know, nobody gave me those answers or any type of tips and stuff when they seen their process through me. So it's really nice for me to be like, hey, I understand what you're going through, and obviously you can trust me in that. So just take it easy, and she can really enjoy just like us. Well, first of all, just us learning off each other, and I'm always afraid of relationships. I'm terrified because I've only been in one, and this is the longest one I've ever been on. And the instinct to protect myself is to ask, what is gonna go wrong with this? How is this gonna go bad? What is wrong with her? What is wrong with me? How is this? And I can't find the answer.
That's just thinking in a way. That's thinking negative, and that's just thinking about the worries.
Right.
But obviously, you just gotta let that roll, let it come, and deal with it when you get there.
No, I mean, I don't see our relationship as negative at all. But it's so weird how that naturally goes into me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then I'm just like,
exactly what I'm saying.
And then when I find the answer, I'm like, well, then I have nothing to worry about. This is just me trying to because I know how the world is. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, the world is there. There's a lot of people to mess you up. So it's just a natural thing. But ours is so solid and weird at the same time. Talk about looks all day from people.
How does that? I mean, because personally, I don't get it. Everybody love who they love.
Right.
But how does that look? Like, how does them looks bother you? If it even does bother you guys at any point in time in your relationship?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does. We laugh about it all the time in the sense of like, we were like, oh, you see all those looks and stuff. We were just like, I wonder what they're thinking, and then we move on with our life because we didn't say, oh, should we worry about? I mean, this is in the 50s, and mind you, if you were going together, you were so brave at that time, and this is a different time. And at best, or at worst, we just get looks. At least in this area. Long time ago, it could have been different, but so we're privileged with stuff like that.
Right.
You know?
Ain't nobody gonna say shit though. Ain't nobody gonna say shit.
At least with me, you're gonna go up to a 6'5", like kind
That's
of
what I'm
built
saying.
dude. Just
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Mind his own business with his girl, like
That's what I'm saying. Even to the to the eye,
yeah.
Ain't nobody finna walk up to you and say shit though about anything.
What am I gonna be like? Oh yeah, you're right. No, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the?
But speaking of different times,
yeah,
in a way it still feels like some of the same time.
Yeah.
With the police brutality, the murders, things like that. What with you having an interracial relationship?
Yeah.
What is your stance on that? Because you are white.
Absolutely.
She is black.
Yeah.
You see what's going on.
Absolutely.
And she might feel, some emotion behind it.
For sure.
What is your stance on that?
We had a real problem with this in the beginning, for sure. Because I didn't, I wasn't definitely in the spot that I was right now because I didn't take all the truth. I didn't even look for the truth. I deal with my life. And no offense, not that I didn't care or anything. I just didn't care the same way I just didn't care about something else that didn't have to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I'm white, I don't see it every day, right? Mm-hmm. So when she finally started showing me, my whole argument was, the cop has a side to it. He has a job to do, and I looked into that way more than the other side. And so I had a pretty decent argument in the sense of, they have a family to go to. There's a lot of situations where, they're not getting called for a party or anything. It's like like, hey, there's a cupcake. No, he's got a gun over there, and you got to figure it out. I've never met you in my whole life, and you got to figure that out. I respect that side. Mm-hmm. Then I started seeing the videos. Right? Then I started seeing the real truth behind everything. And then it really pointed me in the direction of, holy crap, a lot of these people got put into a terrible position and then expected to be in the same playing game as anybody else. And then they're blamed for the position that they're put in. That's what got me jacked up. I got to run a mile and they took out your knees and they said, why aren't you running as fast as that dude? That's what jacked me up. Because they think that truth is real. You know, they're mad at you for not trying as hard as him, but I'm in a jet. You don't even got shoes on. That's the difference. You know what I mean? That's who they're really comparing you to. You don't have a leg, and this guy has everything. And so that's what you got to fight through. No, I'm not necessarily you, but the society. I mean, even you, yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm following where you at.
I mean, I'm sorry that it has to be that way, but that's what I picked up. And I mean, with the police brutality, obvious. I mean, that's an obvious. If you're not seeing that as like this is not supposed to be, sure, there's situational stuff. If he had a gun, if there was a, but there's 90% of the time, 95% of the time, if they're just going in on him for no reason, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I mean, that's the way we've been feeling for, years, but I'm not making this into a race thing or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted your take to see through your eyes, how are you looking at it, especially when you got a black queen next to you, and how do you even console that? How do you even console that type of feeling that she might be going through at that time?
Well, I gave her the real honest, like, I cannot ever understand what you go through. And I'm sorry to say that, because I wish, because then everything else, I got you. Because it's either I went through it myself, we can do it together. But this specifically, I cannot 100% walk you through. I can only assist you in how you're feeling, in this scenario, and obviously I can talk about it, obviously, but the feeling behind it, I cannot get. So that if once that was understood, we could talk about things easy.
Do she give you a little bit of education on what's happening on this side, and even with history or anything like that? Do you guys
absolutely
y'all talk about that?
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
dope.
She just,
that's dope.
I mean, I don't, like I said, I should look up into it more, but because I'm Mexican too, but I don't look up into my Mexican culture. I just don't, for some reason, that like history and stuff, I just don't do it. It's not about that. But when she does teach me about stuff like that, all day. Good. All day. Why not?
So what does the world look like to you right now? Just overall, with everything happening, not even just the brutality, just the politics with money wise, pandemic. How does it look to you?
It's such a vague question. There's so much to obviously go over. I don't have a good feeling for the world. It's not a solid, this is a good world feeling. It's an okay world. I mean, sure, in the sense of like medicine and all that, we're fine. But the way that we're treating each other as a whole, the mindset of how you walk outside your house is not right. And I go through that too. And you might, and even no matter how good you are, that's what you have to do. And that's what's sad. And I don't like that. But, with politics, that's even a bigger joke. Like that's even a bigger situation, that they just keep talking about things that nothing seriously happens, where it's like, oh yeah, don't even worry about it. The government's got it. When's the last time you said that?
Never.
Right? And so it's like what the process of which we built up from is not the same system we should use for this huge different thing. You're talking about one side of the world that they just discovered or walked upon somebody else's spot, that their little plan to deal with that area is now our plan for this whole country. We need to switch a few things up. Just a few things.
Like what? On your end, what do you think?
I don't, because there's such old rules.
Yes, a lot of things that's set in place that wasn't set up for the now.
Right. And so I think we should just take a look at that individual rule and update it.
It's hard to do that when you got
so many people.
Older white guys. You know what I'm saying?
That too. Stop letting them stay in there for 76 years. This man was born in the 1940s. 1940s, man.
Yes, sir.
I haven't even seen a car like that. Like, come on, man.
Big facts.
Well, yeah, they weren't actually made in 40s. Either way, man, it's like. But the only problem is with the money problem is that it has to you have to take that money away, because the only reason why it's been like that for so long is like, hey son, I've been having this job for 20, 30 years. Why don't you just replace me and we'll just keep doing this cycle? So they're fine, cool, but they're not changing anything else for everybody else around them.
Yeah, it's older rules. This is how it's set. Go ahead. This is how you gonna make your living. I did it. You gonna do it. Your kid gonna do it.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's a tough world.
But now, actually, I feel like that this pandemic thing happened.
Yeah.
Even though the rules are set into place, it's a lot of entrepreneurs that's being born. There's a lot of people that's jumping out on their own and figuring it out, especially when they don't have these jobs to rely on anyway. Which should have been the mindset in the beginning. But that 9 to 5, that comfortability, was always a thing. Even like me and you met in school, 2 different paths, but we still on the same hustle. You see what I'm saying?
Gotta keep moving.
You gotta keep doing it. So even with it kind of brung everybody to the same space.
Right.
We not different. There's no high. Right. There's no low. It's still some of the high, but you know what I'm saying? But far as people now, everybody's kind of like on the same playing field.
Yeah.
Because everybody got to find a way to get it now.
Right.
Whether you're a seller, whether you a consumer, you got to do it.
Right.
Quick turn.
Yeah.
When the last time you've been vulnerable?
Vulnerable. Like, what does that mean? Like, you just kind of like.
When the last time you had to, you got into this state to feel?
I mean, I'm pretty emotional all the time. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't care. Like, I just, man, I tell my.
It's good.
Right?
That's a good thing.
Right.
Though. That's
so,
a good
like,
thing, bro. You said I'm pretty emotional.
all the time. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel vulnerable right now. What are we talking about? Like, I feel vulnerable as we like. I guess.
So what? It's just me. Shit, we just talking.
Like
me enjoy it.
I mean, I guess I cry sometimes. But I don't know. Like in those moments, like I'm in front of my girl, but vulnerable. I can't say because I don't even know what that means, man. Because I think I'm too honest for that. Because I think you have to hold enough in to hold it so much to be like, okay, I'm gonna let it out for you. I just let it out because I understand how trapped you could feel in that. And so I figure let that steam go out. You know, don't let it nah, just open that top and keep that top open. You know what I mean? And so I guess I can't really necessarily tell you there's a vulnerable moment unless I were like I said, unless I like cry in front of you. Like that is so fucking weird. No, cause it's just not the time or something. But that's
Did you cry when you cut the hair off with the man bun?
You know, the first time I thought I was. I really thought I was, because I seen a bunch of girls do it or whatever. You know, it's not like a bunch of guys or whatever, videos wise, because I was trying to look it up. They were all crying, they were emotional and shit. I had short hair for like 17 years of my life. I went right back to normal. I was like, oh, that's it? All right, cool, I'm out of here.
Well, I get emotional. I get emotional if my barber he cut my line and fuck it. If somebody fuck my shit up or something like that. He never have, but it's been some times to where it's like, man, this shit ain't even here, and I left, and I feel a way about that. So, yeah, I get you.
I love the donation as a crutch because anytime anybody ever gave a fuck about it, I'm just like, so you don't give a fuck about kids with cancer or anything, right? And they're like, whoa, I'm not. That's not what I meant about that. But I was like, then shut up, and I'm gonna keep my hair then, all right?
No doubt.
Please,
I wanted to ask you what might be the future. I mean, we can't look into it. We can't look into the future at all.
Yeah.
But what level are you trying to take this business?
You know what? You should switch that up and say, which level are you gonna take yourself? Because this business is obviously can go as far as it can go in the sense, because it's just firewood, right? But you can do it so well that you can obviously make money off of it. You know, I would honestly sell this business because I don't see myself as a firewood guy in the sense. You know, I could do that. But
so this is so you are. It's a business to you, and it's a business that you might have created, but you're not holding on to it.
Right.
You would give it. You would say, all right, if this goes to
Right.
the highest bidder,
Right.
I'll sell it.
Financially, if it was financially right, mind you, it's not that I'm not giving 110% right now. That if people are like in it for money, I'm in it for the process of when I talk to the people and I make them feel good. That's the process that I'm stuck in, and then I just make money along the way. That's why it's so easy. You know what I mean? My future is more of I need to build myself up so much that my grandchildren look at me the same way I look at my grandfather, because he came from Mexico with 4 kids and a fucking box, right? And he had 5 other kids, and all he did was carpentry. That's a fucking guy right there to take care of that many people and give us all an opportunity. My mom's got a master's. All my brothers and sisters going to school because of that. Because of one fucking guy came over here and had a chance from Mexico. So I want my grandchildren, when I'm done, because that's my future. That's my future point. They're looking at me like I want to make my grandchildren feel as good as how this person's making me feel. Does that make sense?
So are you saying that you want your grandchildren to look at you like, yeah, he
did it.
He did that.
He fucking did that.
He did that.
I don't know what he did. He went through so damn much, but that dude, that person did it.
In a way, that's a good mindset to have. No, not even in a way. That is a good mindset to have, because you grow something to let it get bigger and don't hold on to it because you limited yourself. Right. You're limiting yourself to the next level. So most people like to hold there. This is my business. I'm gonna give this to my family, and it's like sometimes that shit ain't the way. Right. That ain't the way to do it, man. Let me grow this, sell it to the highest bidder, and move on to something else. Right. I like the way you think, brother. I like the way you think. What is, how can I say this? I believe that you want the success, but also with your story, I feel like you want to be great. Which one are you striving for? The success or the greatness?
I think my greatness is my success, and that's all I really care about. Whatever your definition of success in a way, I could not be successful to you. But if I complete all the things that I need to do in my future, if I need to complete all the things I need to do in my future, then I am successful. I have succeeded in my life the way I needed to.
I like that.
Right? Now, mind you, it's not just some, place in May, because I came from Maywood. It's gonna be pretty fucking nice at that point, but it's gonna be obvious when I get there. Here's the thing: I get checks now. I finally, because I'm starting to do business and stuff, I get checks. People think like, oh, you must get excited or something. Like it's like a cool thing. That's got to be like the best moment of the time. I don't get excited about nothing of that shit no more, because at the end of the day, when I get the checks, I get it. I understand it. I understand why I got to this specific point. I didn't get up. They just gave me a check. That's a beautiful day. No. I had to call them. I had to schedule it. I had to get my guy to come in. I had to get the fuel. I had to get the machines ready. I had to buy the freaking machine, have the wood, all that stuff together. And when I finally get to that point, I move on. It's not this celebration or something. So, yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
As far as with the family, the family, everybody's in your family, all your siblings and things like that. You said they branched off, cousins, family, things like that. Where is it some type of comparison?
Used to be a long time ago.
Because I know I don't have siblings and things like that. Well, I do.
Oh, you're only child?
I'm the only child from my mom.
Oh.
But,
Oh, yes, that
you know how it is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, boom, that's even a better question. Your father, what would you think he would say and when he sits back and actually looks at you and says, "My boy doing it"? Like, what do you think his mindset is with you, and how you taking this to this level?
I think he's blown. I think he's blown away. I played
Nice.
basketball my whole life, and I didn't have anything to do with this business. Then one day I say, well, I don't have anything to do, and look at the world going on right now. I've never been in this situation before. I don't think you have either, right? It's crazy. So I was like, Pops, why don't I take a shot? Now, mind you, it's not like he gave me the truck on the first day and we delivered and started making money. It took 6 months of me just cutting. I wasn't able to deliver because I didn't have a truck. It was him picking them up, but he was so busy with that, none of my business would get done. Right? And I would get frustrated. 6 months. I understand why I'm at the reason why I'm at the spot that I am right now, because there's so much shit that I went through. That I went through by myself with shitty machines, pushing everything around. But now everything is done with the stuff that I bought of, right? And so
you had to get it out the mud. You had to get it out the mud. You had to do the work to see your results.
I got mud in places that I didn't even think places. That's deep in the mud, man. That's deep. Yeah.
Man. No, so back to your siblings. Back to your siblings.
Right.
Like, what do you think? How do you think they're looking at you now?
I mean,
are you the
youngest?
So how do you think they're looking at you?
The baby. It's definitely different now. Some of it is, unfortunately to say, it is not hatred, but it is like jealousy in some type of way, because I haven't done anything like this ever.
Right.
And so everybody was obviously older, so they got the chance to get jobs faster and get developed, which is totally understandable. You have 8 years on me. You have 7 years on me. You're a year older than I am. It's okay. I understand. If anything, I learned from your mistakes, but it's gotta be weird. You know what I mean? Because they don't look at money, at least not other than one of them, because my brother Teddy's way wealthier than I am. He's got his own company and stuff because his dad did his own situation. And so it's more about the other two that are going through the regular school. You get a job, over time you get raises and shit, but that's fucking compared to what we're doing. Compared to it's slow as molasses, man. You're watching paint dry compared to we're spraying and it's just dry. It's, you know what I mean? It's nothing. So it's not our fault if they feel bad about it.
No.
Because we were given, but we weren't given what we have now. Right? We built it to the point to where it is. Because he turned his dad's company from a $700,000 to 1.72 mil a year type of company. And it's obvious because once you start, look at the date and then go on from there.
Yes, sir.
So whether or not they care or not, I love them. It's unfortunate if somebody that close could ever feel any bad feelings for you, especially when you're doing good. It's all love, and if anything, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I dig that. I dig it.
I'm still gonna do it anyways every single day.
What you gotta do.
Yeah.
So, what? Okay, this is a personal question.
Yep.
Personal question. With this wood, bro, I gotta go back to the wood. I gotta go with this cherry wood, this oak, and all this other stuff like this here. Like, where do you find? Like, it's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
So how the hell do you just go? Like, I'm finna get this my tree. With the other, other people, this is my tree. I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. This is myself. Like, what is the process of knocking down the tree and taking it and saying this mine, taking it back to where you're gonna take it to, and chop it up?
Well, there's so many scenarios, obviously, with the tree being bad. Obviously, the tree has to be dead.
How the hell is a tree bad?
Well, it gets a disease inside. There's a lot of, there's one, the disease from the soil. Two, there's like insects that go inside and just eat up the middle.
Okay.
Eat up until it's hollow, and then you have 2,000 to 3,000 pounds on the top end with a hollow point. You push it over a little bit, that thing's gonna go. And there's a lot of branches like that at the same time. Trust me, I cut into woods all the time, and this thing is filled with 2,000 to 3,000 ants inside, and you gotta chuck that mother real quick. You gotta get that thing out of there because it's just gonna be, you got ants in your pants for like 3 to 4 minutes because you're just really chucking them off. So there's so many things that could possibly go wrong with a tree. I mean, it's just like a plant. Plants don't last forever if you don't water it, give it the nutrients. A lot of the problems that I see today is that because a lot of the trees are, surrounded by concrete, it doesn't get what it needs to anymore, or support. So most of these trees in the next 100 years or so, surrounded on like blocks and stuff, they're gonna be gonzo.
How do you claim? How
sorry.
How do you claim?
How do you get that?
Yeah,
right.
How do you? That's good. That's a good lesson, because I did not know that.
Right.
So you can always learn something from anybody.
Beautiful.
How do you claim this tree?
Claim?
Yes,
it's on your property. Oh no. So okay. So
yeah, how do you go where you get it from? Forest Preserve, because they cut down a whole bunch of shit.
Right. They have their own situations. They'll definitely give you a contract over the year. Because they'll just keep calling you. They don't want to have to deal with other people and stuff. So they'll get. So most people Gotti's house. Gotti's got a tree in front and it's dead. And somebody, because you don't know anything about trees, and you just saw it.
I think it's a big ass tree in front of a crib.
It's a big ass tree, and the only way you could really tell is if it's like dead. I mean, it's like every other tree's alive, and this thing is just it's obvious. But there's sometimes the hollowed out parts, you just can't. Somebody comes in, they just said, you probably get that checked out. You guys give us a call just in case. You got kids and stuff, you and your wife and stuff. You don't want nobody get hurt. Call us in, we come in, we take a look at the tree. We said, this is gonna cost that much, because we know the process. We see how we can pull up, we have it all in our mind. You say $2,000, bingo, we coming in. We grabbing this huge truck with a bucket in it, and it goes from right here all the way to the top. There's a guy in there, and he cuts all the branches down all the way until it's basically just a little like just a huge trunk,
right?
And then we just start slicing all the way down to the bottom until if we could drop it, beautiful. If not, we just keep slicing until we have small pieces, and we piece it out of there. The only real pieces that we keep now are the big boys, and the branches. It gets grinded up into these little chips,
right?
Not wood chips, not like mulch, but yeah, wood chips, I guess. Yeah, just these little. And so we take that somewhere else and we dump it out.
Why should I'm gonna ask this because I don't feel bad. You said you was Mexican, so I don't care. I don't feel bad. Why should? What you look at?
Right, where's this gonna go?
Joe, no, it ain't nothing.
Right.
I know it might seem it sound fucked up the way I'm setting it up.
2 against 1.
But it ain't. Why should I call? Why should I call you other than calling some of my Mexican homies? Come go ahead, hey man, come knock this, cause they'll throw a rope up there. I didn't see it. They'll throw a rope up there and come get it down. They don't need all the machine. They come get it. Man, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I seen it.
Now the thing is,
what's the difference? Why should I call Bunyon Firewood?
You're actually not. Well, Paul Bunyan. Right.
Yes.
I mean, we're the.
Sorry.
If you call us, you're still gonna get Mexican dudes anyways. That's what I'm saying. We got 4 of them. You know what I mean? Best workers in the business.
I love it.
That's all you got.
That work ethic is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta keep
crazy.
They're great. Yeah. Man, they're great.
But
but yeah, we're solid. I mean, it's just about showing up and stuff, and just being honest. And my dad could do that and stuff, but just it's because you don't really know. I mean, it's just like a mechanic stuff. What do you know about cars? You just have to build that relationship. Hopefully, the first time does well, and then you can move on.
Yes.
My dad will give you that situation. Hopefully, the job is big enough. Because his company is actually getting bigger, so he's dealing with bigger jobs and stuff. So it's more about importance at that point. So he doesn't mind letting go like $1,000 job because it's gonna take too much, take all the trucks, and chainsaws, and all that stuff. And the crazy part is, I'm not taking over that business. I don't want it at all. I don't want, because there's a lot of variables in between that I don't appreciate at all. Firewood, you give me the wood, I cut it up, I come to your house, I drop it off. There's not that many things in between, With him, you have to bring 2 huge trucks with 2 individual processes inside that it has to do its own, like the grinder, and then this, that, and there's also 1,000 things that could possibly go wrong with that. Those are just those 2 trucks. Now you have to bring chainsaws, then you have to bring guys, then their trucks, then oh my god, my head is hurting right now, man. It's not worth it. I don't want it, right? So sell it off, Pops. I'm going to build my own company on this side.
Right.
And where we're going to go, it's not, I actually don't want to go to the homeowner's house necessarily anymore. I'll still go. But my real, goal is wholesale bundling. Have you ever seen firewood bundlers at gas stations and all that?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
At Jewel and all that, and all these other
and
places.
They got it on the side.
On the
got
side.
It in the front. Yeah.
Beautiful. I want that. Period. I want that, and that's a beautiful part about it. It's harder to say, hey, Gotti, do you want to have a fire around your family? I mean, it's a sure yes, but it's not like a financial yes, or it's not like anything else. It's just, okay, I could, but do I want to? Do I want to spend that type of money? Not really. Now, hey, Gotti, do you want to make some money? Do you want to make some money?
I always want to make money.
And that's a beautiful thing when you're talking to somebody that's already doing business in this type of business, and I'm coming in saying, hey, I have these bundles, and you can sell them, and you can make twice as much money. And I'm fine, you're fine, and the beautiful thing is, I don't have to take this thing off. I have a process where there's a fork, boom. That is different than every single piece over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Sir.
And I don't have to be here to do that shit. And that's my goal. To go home, take a bunch of fucking calls, and go to sleep. And get paid $400 to $1,000 a day.
I see your vision.
Because my back hurts.
I definitely see your vision. So are you attacking like stores and stuff like that, to where it's like, look, buy from me.
Right.
You sell it, but buy from me here.
Yeah. Right.
That's dope.
Because they understand that they understand that scenario, and if they understand that there's a push for this anyways. It's cold as hell. People are gonna get cold. They don't want to get such a huge load. Yeah. And they just want a quick fire, so they'll stop in. And not just them, but the campgrounds is what I'm actually really excited about, because I could visit those and we can have like fun and stuff, and I could take credit and stay there for the weekend or something. That's gonna be real interesting. That's what's gonna really take care of the summer action. Who the hell says I want a fire around me when it's fucking 90 degrees out?
Facts.
But when you're at a campground, yeah.
I like your mindset, man. And I'm not gonna lie. I don't lie. That's not my thing. When you walked in there from the first time I met you with that damn man bun, I'm just like, this guy here, I don't know who he is, but he's just here. Yeah, he's just here. He's just one of them guys. But now sitting down with you now, and obviously, time, went past, and I see what you did. You see what I'm doing, and we made it here. You invested in yourself. You invested in me. I invested in myself. I invested in you, and bro, you are an intelligent guy. You are intelligent. No, you're very intelligent, and I'm not saying that you were dumb or no shit like that. Really? I'm just saying, from when I met you, it was just like it's a guy over here with a man bun. He on some silly shit. He talking silly, things like that. But when you actually get to know you, and when you actually sit down, and you get this mindset, and obviously you had the transition, bro. You're gonna be a millionaire very soon.
That's why
you're gonna be a millionaire very soon, and I'm just glad that I know you.
And the thing is, the only reason why I think that's gonna happen is because I don't care that I'm going to be. Right? Like the number is the number. That's fine. I even asked my girl. I was like, "How do you feel about me being a millionaire?" She's like, "Well, how do you feel about it?" I was like, "Honestly, I don't care." She's like, "Well, I don't care." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." Because it's not like I don't, dude, I got checks in my pocket right now, but it's like, and I picked this up for the last few days. This doesn't mean shit.
Yes.
It doesn't mean anything.
You're right.
The guy that I fucked up, his deal, his situation where I gave him wet wood, that guy is important. That situation is important because I messed it up. Right? If anything, I was trying to go back today, give him fresh wood, take the bad wood that I gave him, and give him his money back. That's how far I want to take it, because my brother's dad, he's a millionaire now, and that's why that's why my brother's brother is taking over the company. He had a job for $1,200 because he does ventilation in attics, and that stuff is crazy money. I can't even tell you. And he left a shingle in the front yard, one shingle, He came back with the check. It was like a $1,700 to $2,500 check. Picked up the shingle, gave him the check, and said, "I'm sorry. Enjoy your stuff," and went home. Over a shingle. $2,500 over a shingle, and that's what I was trying to get to.
The integrity.
The integrity.
The integrity. Yes.
Because the next time he shows up, you think he's gonna forget that shit? Hell no. Because he made his own rule. He didn't have to have somebody else showed up. He is the person that's showing up.
Yes.
And so he's like, fuck, the next time I'm gonna force myself to do that, so I might as well just do it right.
Yep. That integrity, that'll take you a long way.
Crazy.
And loving your craft, doing what you're bit. Yeah, that'll take you a long way, man.
Right.
Definitely gonna go a long way.
Yes.
We got a game. Ha! The 10-name game, okay?
10-name game.
The 10-name game, brother. I play it at the end of every show.
Oh, yeah, I seen this.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna fire off 10 things or 10 names, and you gotta give me your answer in a one-word answer. First thing that pop in your mind.
Top of the head.
You ready?
Yeah.
10 things. You ready to go?
Yeah.
They random. They everywhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to just first thing that come to head.
First thing that come to your mind. Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
Cold. Hey, real. That's real. That's real. Is it not? You put something in Ice Cube. And he a cold rapper though. At the same time.
You trying to save it. I heard it. You see that, Dro? You trying to save it.
You know what I mean?
We ain't editing shit. We ain't editing shit.
That's a good answer.
Come on. You ready? Ready?
Yeah.
The Rifleman.
A gun? Or shooter?
You never seen the show? The Rifleman?
No, I didn't.
Do your Google.
I will.
Do your Google. It's an old show.
I've been running the business, man.
You Google, though.
It's tough.
All right, here you go.
Yeah.
Illinois Media School.
It's a good school. Solid. Solid is a good one. Solid is a good word.
Benny Siegel.
Who is that? I feel like a jerk. I probably should know.
Do your Google.
Benny.
Dro, what we doing?
I played basketball all my life. That's all I knew.
But you got a sister.
Right, she probably showed me that she's gonna get mad.
Give her a call.
I will.
Give her a call. Don't worry about it.
As soon as I get out, she don't know Benny Siegel. I'm like,
you don't know
come on.
Beans, Benny Siegel from The Rock. All right, it's cool. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Gotti.
He cool. Like that's it. Just smooth. It's like a cool smooth.
I fuck with it. Timothy Mullis.
My dad.
Just dad. That's just dad. That's my dad.
That's all I can really think of.
I feel you. I fuck with it because at the end of the day,
that's just dad.
It's his dad.
You know, he's my boss and all. And we're partners right now, but
it's my dad.
You know, it's good when we just talk stuff and like we talk business and stuff, and it's just, you look at him and just be like, I love you, man. It's just like it's cool that we're doing shit like this together. That's love. All right,
family.
Close.
Religion.
Closer.
Mortal Kombat.
Fighting, but my past. It's a good game when I was a kid. Yeah.
Christian Mullis.
He tall.
Just tall.
But in so many different ways though. Personality, you know. His checkbook now. You know.
I see.
His passion.
I see. I give you one more, since you my man. Yeah. I give you one more. Yeah. I give you one more. Life.
Full.
Yes.
Or fill. Yeah, fill it up. Gotcha. Fill up your life.
Clap it up. Dro, what we give him? We give him a grade. What we give him? He stumbled. He stumbled, Dro. What we give him?
You can do better.
Other than not knowing that dude.
He said he can do better.
Yeah.
So what grade? What grade would you say?
Scale 1 to 10. I'll do like 7.
Hey,
7.
I'll take it.
So we give him a C.
I'll take
C plus.
Hey,
we give him C plus. Okay.
Smart kid. I was a C's and D's and running the company. You know? That's it. I'll take it.
My God, look, man, look. I appreciate you for coming.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you for being here, brother.
It's a good time.
man, your mind, the way you conveyed it, the education that you have given me on these trees.
Yeah,
So now I'm looking at trees.
Yeah.
I ain't looking at trees as trees.
Yeah,
I'm looking at trees as a dollar sign.
Yeah.
So how can I get in these trees?
Right.
So thank you for that, brother. Your business is gonna grow. I know it.
Appreciate it.
You already grown because you tall as shit.
Yeah.
So
Since the beginning.
man, like I said, I appreciate you, man. Plug everything that you got going on, how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Everything. Go ahead, socials and everything.
Yeah, if you guys just want to look at my Instagram for now, this Bunyon Firewood is getting started January 1st. So everything from then on will be, pretty tight till then. But, if you want to just look up Paul Bunyon Tree Service, if you do want that firewood, you will get me showing up to your door. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. But, just stick around Gotti, and I'll be here at the same time.
Know that. He definitely gonna be close. I'm gonna get your number because I don't have your number.
Hey.
So I be able to call you up.
Amen.
If I run into some people who need some trees cut, I'm calling.
There you go.
And they're gonna get what they're gonna get.
There you go.
They're gonna get you. They're gonna get the Mexican homies. They're gonna get everything at one point in time.
They're gonna get everything. Everything they need. Everything they need. To get
Oh
out
man, y'all already know how y'all can get in touch with me, man.
Yep.
The official _YUNG Gotti. Also on Facebook, Irvin Woods Jr. I got the merch here. The merch.
Yes, sir.
Go overtime to invent. Got my shirts, got the hoodies. Cash at me, Zelle, however you want to get in tune with me. Get in tune, buy a shirt. Also, my YouTube, Gotti's World Media. Please subscribe. Subscribe. This is me personally. Camera on me. This is me personally talking to y'all. Please, don't be a nigga, man. I don't mean to say this in front of the white guy, but don't be a nigga, man. Subscribe. View. Watch. Learn something.
Yes, sir.
You definitely can learn something from here, man. Man. But how I end this, man. Thank you, God, for another special show. Thank you, God, for this brother right here.
Yes, sir.
I'll call him my brother. Because you're my brother.
Yeah.
God,
Light skin.
No, light skin. My light skin brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, God, for my engineer, Dro.
Amen.
Thank you, God, for Envion Studios for giving me my home. This is another one. I got the Tree Man, Christian Mullis, man. This is another one. Season 3. We out of here. Yeah.
Say the ticket count. Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hand up that you shoot with. Count your loot with. Push the pool stick in your new crib. Same hand that you